Now that's called a quick catch. So you jump on an alligator from the back. At least somebody cares about me. Now the back of an alligator is covered in spikes. If you listen, very thick bone fragments called scutes or osteoderms. What they are is used as protective plates. During mating season, alligators will fight each other. That keeps their organs intact. They also act as solar panels. Alligators are cold-blooded reptiles. When they sit out in the sun is absorbed into these scutes. It warms up the scutes. The blood runs underneath the scutes, warms up the blood, speeds up the metabolism, and helps aid in the digestive process. Now, I need a better hobby, huh?
Yeah.
The ears of an alligator located right... Would you shut your mouth so everybody can see? Those are his ears. Triangular shaped things. They're also protected by a thick layer of skin. That is the waterproofing mechanism that keeps water from going into their ear canal. Once again, our motto here at the Alligator Farm is quick hands or no hands. Try to live by that. Now the eyes of an alligator this size have about a 3.5-inch deep eye socket. When he's swimming out in the Everglades, he has 3 eyelids, one that comes up, one that comes down, and a protective membrane that comes across sideways. That membrane is very murky. It's hard for them to see out of. They really cannot see at all when they're underwater. There's a lot of trees, a lot of sticks that are down in the swamp. You might get poked in the eyes. When that happens, the eye is sunk down into the skull, protecting it from getting poked out. The tip of the snout, you have the nostrils. That's where an alligator breathes through. Now the Indians would do this for one reason. Not tourism, not adrenaline, not education, but survival. The alligator provided food, clothing, and weapons. Clothing came from the leather that they would make out of the skins, just like we make boots and belts out of them. They did it back then also. The skull is the most important part. It is skin-covered bone. He's the only one that doesn't like that. All the other alligators don't mind. They will make their arrowheads and their spear tips out of the skull and the bottom jaw. The reason that is, all the rocks that are here in Florida made out of limestone and cap rock, it's very brittle. It might seem hard, but if you try to sharpen it, it turns into sand. They would take the skull and the bottom jaws and use those to hunt other animals. The thing about an alligator, instead of running from you out in the swamp, it'll attack you. So you have 200 pounds of food coming your way. You just got to learn how to get around it, which they did, which I just showed you. And once you're on the back of them, it'll capture them alive, because in the hot Florida sun, that meat would spoil. You would not catch an alligator this big. The reason that is, it's too big to carry by yourself back through the swamp. I'm going to show you a couple things they used to do. The brain of an alligator is located right where my fingertip is. It's about the size of my thumbnail. There's only one other creature in the world with a smaller brain to body mass ratio than the alligator, and that is the alligator wrestler. Not supposed to agree with me on that. What I'm going to show you now is the world famous Florida smile. Got it? Do it again. Okay, camera's ready. I'll hold it all day. Alright. The real Florida smile. Alligators have 40 teeth on the top, 40 on the bottom. Crocodiles have 30 on the top, 30 on the bottom. All you see is about a third of his tooth. Inside the top and the bottom jaws here is a hollow root with another tooth inside of it. When this alligator goes after me and he misses and grabs that fence, or he goes after a fish and grabs a rock, these teeth will break right off. They go through about 3,000 teeth in their lifetime. At around 60 to 70 years old, they stop reproducing their teeth. At that point, they're unable to hunt. They live about 75 years in the wild. In captivity, they don't need their teeth, because we throw them chicken, pork, fish, kids and tourists that act up. They don't have to hunt. They live over 100 years in captivity. Good boy. Next thing I'm going to show you is called the bulldog technique. This is exactly how you would catch an alligator by yourself. You need 2 hands to safely hold an alligator's mouth shut, 2 hands to tie a knot. They would lay a piece of leather across their lap. Never gets old. You ever say, you ever have any close calls? I'm like, yeah, every day is a close call. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you is called the face-off. Because if I make a mistake, I might take my face off. Good. And that is how we shave here in South Florida if you ever get trapped out in the Everglades. Now, unfortunately, they never taught me how to get off of an alligator wrestling stool. If I can get an assistant to hold his mouth shut while I jump off from the back.
Really?
Give him a round of applause. Good alligator. Might as well give him a little something for that. Good boy. Now. Yeah. Pablo. Everybody say hi, Pablo.
Hi, Pablo.
We're going to pass him around. We're going to give everybody a chance to hold him. Put one hand under the neck, one hand under the tail for 3 reasons. You're going to hold him away from your body like this. You hold him here, he's going to wiggle. He's going to hit you, you're going to complain to me, I don't want to hear it. Number 2, a little spot right there sprays Gatorade randomly. You want to keep it away from your body. And number 3, he looks bigger on camera. Out here he's like 4 feet long, just like bass fishing. Right here he's like 2 feet long. Also, for those of you that are afraid of alligators, safe alternative, take as many pictures as you want. A little bit safer. I'm going to pull out his little brother, snap